All right, TwoGunTerry fans. Now, because you are fans, I'm going to give you some next level stuff here. I'm going to talk about exactly where I want to shoot each target.
Are you ready?
Jeez, they really got me going here. Uh-oh, where are they taking me? That is a pile of bones right there. What the hell? What us steel challenge shooters do to get some rounds down range. Mamma mia. This is where we're shooting today, out in the boondocks. Obviously there's nobody around. We're not going to hurt anyone, that's for sure. No stray bullets getting out of this area. But I think I'm seeing some cows out here now. I don't know what the heck's going on. Another pretty one up there in the woods. Looks like we're here. I'm TwoGunTerry, and today we are building our own range. So some of us have been having a hard time finding places to shoot steel where we could have those stages set up and practice whenever we wanted to. And it's got so frustrating that finally we went ahead and built our first stage ever out here, Roundabout. The sun is pounding, I'm sweating. We just put together the awning you see behind me. There's a table back there. And then, of course, we built the stage. My good buddy Eddie's the man who put the effort into making all the stands and his steel. And he built a beautiful table, brought some chairs. We have water and bullets, and we're good to go, baby. All right, we're going to take our first shots at the target. Eddie's been nice enough to let me go and break in the range first. So I'm going to set this camera up against a can of paint here and see if you can see what happens here. So let's get ready. All right, hopefully that camera's in position. Taking out the old trusty. Get this out of the way. All right, Eddie. That bird back yonder. Oh, a couple of misses there, Terry. Quite a few misses. Let's settle down. Let's settle down. These red glasses aren't actually what I was hoping they'd be today, but I'll get used to it. That's better. We're getting some echo in this valley though, huh? I sailed it over the top on that one. This is good. We have a match next weekend, so I can get some of that rust off now. Something sounds really weird. Oh, maybe it's because we're under the awning. Could be. 2 more mags. Just slow down just a little bit so you can see things, and the result is a lot better. All right, last mag. So that, my friends, is how TwoGunTerry does it. Ice cold, out of the box. Haven't shot in 3 weeks. I don't even know what it was. And actually it felt pretty good. I missed the first couple of runs through, but once I started paying attention, started to make some contact with the plate. So that was pretty cool. I'm going to give you some next level stuff here. There's a better place on each target to aim for to get extra hundredths or maybe tenths, not tenths, but hundredths of a second. And if you get 3 or 4 or 5 of those, that's 5 hundredths of a second. That's half a tenth of a second. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you go through 8 stages, that adds up to 4 tenths of a second. I've lost matches by 100th of a second, 100th of a second through 8 stages, and lost by 100th of a second. Somebody was shooting just exactly at my same speed, but they did one thing 100th of a second faster. So shot placement, it's not critical, it's not game changing really, but it can make a difference when it comes to what place you end up at the end of a match. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot these targets, and then we'll go ahead and discuss where I hit them and see if they're where I wanted them to be. All right, so let's go take a look at where my shots landed. And quite frankly, they weren't that good, but let's take a look at plate number 1. All right, so here's plate number 1. The goal is to shoot it somewhere in this lower corner. So I did get most of those shots in there, as you can see, but I had a couple of stragglers that ran away from me, and even a couple misses wide. So, but this is the corner you want to be in. Why? The rifle's coming up or the firearm's coming up, and you want to stay to the inside of the plate because the next plate is to the inside of the plate. It's to your right. So you want to come up, bang, and move this way to the second plate. Let's go take a look at that one. All right, so here's plate number 2. So from plate number 2, I'm coming from plate number 1 back there and coming into this side. So now this plate, somewhere in the center is probably ideal, or favoring this side. Here we're probably just early shot. I just pulled the trigger too fast. But you can tell it's like, maybe less than 100th of a tenth of a second. That little inch there that I wish I had gotten it over. A couple inches. All right, so let's go look at number 3, or my third shot, I should say. Now this plate here should all be on this side. So this was just a terrible job by me. I was all over the place. And if anything, I'm favoring this side of the plate, which is not the right spot to be. Again, coming off the number 2 plate into the front plate here, which I think is called the number 5 plate. I should be on this side right here because my next shot is boom out to the plate in the back there. So, and I'm coming in from this side, so I should stop right here, fire, and go off to the next plate. So that one we're going to work on. This is the 4th plate and my 4th shot. It's the rear right plate. Forgive me, I screwed up the video by deleting this plate and the stop plate. So I used a captured image of plate number 4. And just wanted to show you that the shot should be on the left side of this plate. Draw a line straight down the middle, and it should be on the left side of the plate because I'm going into the stop plate, which is to my left. I'm coming off plate number 5, which is up in the front, which I should have been on the inside. I wasn't, but I should have been. And then I'm going directly into this number 4 plate, should be on the left. And then from there, bang, into the stop plate, and I'll favor the right side. I'll show you that now. This is the stop plate. I just came off the rear plate in the back right. I came off that left edge into this right edge. And as you can see, most of my shots are dead center, up and down, and favoring the right side of the plate exactly where it should be. All right, Eddie Murray's going to give it a try now. There you go.
186.
186. Another good one.
176.
Oh, you had it too. It's running better.
182.
I think you missed the front plate though.
Yeah.
it's going to be a 170 something, but missed that.
Missed one.
Yeah.
167.
Oh, there you go. That's what I'm talking
I
about.
figured out what I was doing wrong.
What were you doing
I was
wrong?
standing in the center.
Yeah. Oh, that's why, huh?
Shit. All right, now we're gonna open it up.
Uh-oh, look out. Did it jam or did you run out?
Hey, Jan.
Uh,
All right.
ears on. Eyes on. You got ears on?
Yeah. I'm good.
All right. All right, here we go. I felt slow. And 181 though, not that damn slow. 181, not slow. Let's see. Better one right there. 182. Thought it was better than that. There was a time I was watching people shoot under 2 seconds, and I was like, God, I'm never going to be able to do that. Well, if you practice, you can do it eventually. $176. $180 flat. Last mag. Let's see. Here we go. $181. 162. Did I get that all 5 plates? Or did
I
miss
couldn't
one?
see the O2, but yeah, I'll go with that then.
162. That felt fast. I widened my stance, and that has helped me with smoking hope.
Yeah,
Somewhat.
I noticed your time's a little smoking hope. You're definitely under. You can handle under 2 now.
So we're going to take a walk out here to the first plate, and we'll see where the placement of the shots are. Here we go. Okay. So this is okay. I should really be on this side of the plate. The grouping is not bad. A couple of stragglers, but for the first shot, rifles coming up, boom. It really should be more like this, you know. A couple of them got away, probably half of them or so. You want to have it in the lower right corner of the first plate if you're shooting the rear plate, the rear left plate first, to minimize your amount of wasted space. You don't want to be over here. Would you just travel all that distance for bringing your rifle up or pistol up? Why would you come all the way up to here? You'd rather stop here and fire. Why would you be over here when the next plate is to your right? You want to stay on the right side of the plate so you could bang and then go right to the next plate, which in this case is number 2. Let me take you over to number 2. All right, here's number 2. Now number 2, this is about right, because you're really going past this plate kind of fast. It's called a drive-by. You want to be stopping on every plate, and the grouping again should be better, but it's not terrible. Some people consider that bad, going across the whole plate. You're not stopping in the exact same spot. But if you're going at speed, I don't know if that's, I don't know, we just don't get enough practice to do that. So, but the number 2 plate, which is the front left plate, more or less in the center somewhere is good, favoring perhaps the right side of the plate again, because I'm coming off the number 1 plate, so I should either be hitting it here, anywhere from here to here. Actually, that whole area I think is okay. bang, and then off to the next plate, which for me is the right front plate. This one, there's no question about where the hits should be here. They should all be on this side of the plate, over here. These are all center shots. Honestly, those aren't great shots. They should have been more over here. And again, that's because I'm coming from the plate on my left to the left side of this plate. So, and then my next shot is just out a little bit to the plate in the rear there. So it should be bang, bang. There's no point going over here, blah, blah, blah. You want to be right here in the center. This area right here is the sweet spot. So I'm off. I mean, I'm in the center. It's a good group, but this is where I really wanted that group to be. Then my next shot is my, and those first three shots happen real fast. So, you know, uber precision maybe is not what I'm going for there. Now this is the right rear plate. It's my fourth shot. We call it plate number 4, actually. It's my fourth shot as well. And on this, we want to be on this half of the plate. So I've just come off the number 3 plate, or 5 plate actually. I just came off the number 5 plate. And that one I wanted to be on this side of the plate so that I can, because I came into it and then go out again. And where I'm going is here. And that's exactly where I want to be, because my next shot will be the stop plate, which is to my left. So come up anywhere in this area and then boom into the stop plate next. So those are actually pretty good shots. Again, a couple of them over there, but that's due to lack of practice a million times, which I would love to have the whole group right here. And at one time I did have it like that. So, but our speeds are good. We're doing 1.7s, 1.8s. So that's not bad. And then from that side, because we're on the right side of left side of that plate, we want to be on the right side of the stop plate, because we're coming from that side. Boom. We want our hits to be right here, where most of them are. Again, stragglers for timing off by just, you know, 100th of a second. But you see, that's a waste of time. I could have hit it here. Whatever it took for that rifle to go zoop, you guess, you take, you know, 1/10 of a second, a couple hundredths of a second, whatever that took, a total waste of time. So I want my hits to be right there, especially on the stop plate when I'm not going anywhere else. I should only be looking at that side of the plate. So that's it for today, folks. Thank you for stopping by TwoGunTerry. We appreciate it. I hope that these tips were helpful for you. Again, this is kind of an advanced situation where if you're already shooting everything great and you want to get a little bit better, you want to find out, you want to focus more on where you should aim your shots. That's what this video was for. Even me, who on Roundabout, I'm, a pretty good shooter on Roundabout. So, but there's always room for improvement. And like I said, why shoot it over here 1/10 of a second later or slower than I could have if I hit it over here? The match stops, or the string stops when you hit this stop plate. So why not do it there where you save yourself all that travel time? Common sense, and now that I've showed it to you, you'll be able to point that out for yourself. If you get out there and you get a chance to practice, see where your shots are landing. Like with us, you didn't have to be perfect on every single shot, but the idea is to get them in a certain group or certain area on each plate that you're shooting at, on each target for the match. TwoGunTerry saying thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you out at the range. Take care now. Just a couple extra thoughts on shot placement. Newer shooters, aim for the center of the plate. You want to have as much area for any variations or mistakes or whatever. You want to have the most amount of mass so that you can vary right, left, up, down, whatever. If you aim dead center on the plate, it's the safest shot. When you get better at it and you become a grandmaster level, a master, grandmaster level, that's when you want to start thinking about shot placement. You want to think about it early on so you don't develop bad habits, but it's important to start shaving those tenths and hundredths of a second so that you don't lose by a hundredth or a tenth or a couple of tenths. If you saw my hits, you'll see that they're rusty. Those are rusty shots. I mean, I'm not shooting enough lately. So I'm not going to dwell on that point because I got to stay positive. But it's also an indication that I'm rusty. So that's good so that I know that, because now I'll practice and do some dry firing at home or whatever I have to do to try and hone that in better and hit those spots I want to hit. But like I say, for a new shooter, you go ahead and keep it, you aim for the center of the plate. If you can start favoring those areas, great, you can practice that. But in a match, aim for the center of the plate. My last thought on this subject is, it's good to review your hits on the plates, paint them all up when you're practicing, and then review where you are hitting that plate, and that'll give you a lot of feedback on how you're doing as far as on accuracy. So call your shots, meaning when your sight is on target, you pull that trigger, and if the muzzle and the sight is all lined up right, and you pull the trigger, you're going to hit the plate. That's calling your shot. So you want to call your shots, know where they're going. Once the rust knocks off, you'll see my groups get tighter in those areas that I want them. That's all I have for now. Thank you for stopping by. And remember to like, subscribe, and do what?
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.
Are you ready?
Bank red.